Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. Martial speaks out about Ralf Ragnick's post-match comments yesterday, which is a very interesting situation. Obviously, it's the day after the Villa game, and let me know how you're feeling because I understand it's a rough time for United fans. Definitely rough for me as well. But I choose to laugh at it this morning. You just sometimes have to take a step back, and yes, United can affect us deeply and mentally. But I choose to laugh about it today because it's just a joke at how much of an actual circus you are. It's unreal the things happening at United. Instead of focusing on things like the Glazers and the bigger problems at United, there's always something to take the, how can I say, the anger and frustration towards the Glazers away from them and onto something else. And I feel like this Martial situation is kind of doing that now as well. So, but anyways, we're gonna speak about it. So subscribe if you're new, smash a like, all that good stuff. Now everyone knows how much of a fan I am of Anthony Martial. He's one of my favorite United players. He's given me many good moments. I've always rated him. I always thought he was a saucy bowler. I always felt he has been a bit disrespected and underappreciated by the fans and the club, by Jose, by Oli, even under Ralf now. It is what it is. So it's very interesting. And now yesterday that whole situation came out where Ralf basically said, he was asked, why is Anthony Martial not in the squad? And Ralf basically said he didn't want to be in the squad. Otherwise, if he did, he would have been there, he would have travelled with us, and he would have played today. And I was like, okay, interesting. But being as a Martial fan, obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased. So I'd just be thinking, devil's advocate. Like, really though? Would Martial not want to play for United? It's a bit interesting. And if he did, by all means, I would never do that if I was Anthony Martial, because these players are living the dream job. They are supposed to act professionally and all of that stuff. But again, with regards to people like Martial, Pogba's, I don't really blame them. We feel tired as how the club is run. Could you imagine how it is as a player, as your career? You're living at United and destroying it. Your career is getting destroyed right in front of your eyes. Whether you're Pogba, Donny, Ronaldo, Martial, it's getting destroyed right in front of your eyes because this club is just a virus. It's just a whole bunch of infections, toxicity, it's degrading, it's all that stuff. So I thought it was very interesting, and I was initially a bit sad because the whole thing, as like I said, Martial's my favorite player, so everything around Martial is a bit sad for me personally. I know lots of people don't feel that way, lots of people abuse him, lots of people don't care about him, he's nothing to United, and I get that, it is what it is, it's your opinion, but my opinion is my opinion. So being as a Martial fan, like I said, it was a bit sad, and I would have hated to see it end this way, and knowing Martial, he's generally a quiet guy, he wouldn't speak about these things, usually his wife comes out and calls out bullshit if it is bullshit, but we wouldn't expect Martial. Then a few hours later, Martial puts out an Instagram story, said, I would never refuse to play for Manchester United, I've been here for 7 years, and I would never disrespect the fans of the club like that. And now you're just like, so someone's lying. Now who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe Ralf? Or are you going to believe Anthony Martial? If you like Martial, you're going to believe Martial. If you like Ralf and you hate Martial, you're just going to believe Ralf, it's just going to be how it is. But there's always two sides of the story, and personally, I would believe Anthony Martial. I have my questions around Ralf. Yeah, I respect him, I do respect him, but I think there's something very off with Ralf. This is almost like, it's not the same Ralf we expected to see at United. There are some positives, and he's way better than Oli, don't get me wrong, but there are significant red flags around Ralf Ragnick, so it's just what it is. And then Martial Extra on Twitter. You go give him a follow. I think he made a very good thread about Martial. And obviously, if you're not a Martial fan, you're not gonna really appreciate it. You're not gonna put much time into it or thought into it. But I'm gonna read you the thread because I thought it was personally interesting. He said Anthony Martial is being unfairly scapegoated. A thread. Ragnick has just come out saying Anthony Martial should have refused to join a matchday squad. Now everyone is questioning his commitment, but I think there is more to this than what it seems. Firstly, why would Martial refuse to go to the matchday squad when he was told by Didier Deschamps that Martial can only go play at the World Cup if he plays enough? So he'd obviously want to get as much game time as possible. I agree with that. World Cup is coming up. Players like Donny, players like Martial, you need to play in regular first team to go get selected and play at the World Cup. So it makes no sense for Martial sabotaging his own career, because we know how much it would mean for Martial to go to the World Cup. He's already missed out on one World Cup when they won it, so I don't think Martial would want to do that again. Why wouldn't you? It's like one of the biggest prizes as a player to play for your country. He then also said, then Ragnick said Martial was injured for most of the time, but he's been here. And his wife, Melanie Martial, like I said, has come out saying that they're false and Tony is in top condition, and I believe it. If you follow Martial on socials or his wife, you always see him training, he's looking good, he does his things, So again, the whole injury thing, I don't buy it because he's not injured. It's clear that he's not injured. Then the thread continues. Ragnick had infamous press conference where he said, "If you don't want a beer, you won't play." Strong words nonetheless, but the literal contradicts himself when he begged Cavani to stay, who's also been expressive about leaving. 100%. I've always said this. Like, it's all fair that you don't, like, if players don't want to play, you just completely ignore them. But why does Cavani get special treatment? And Cavani is nothing special. He really isn't. You've seen it. He started a few games, and what does he do different to what Martial, Ronaldo, anyone in that position would do? Absolutely nothing. So the hype around Cavani is just, it's dead, fam. It's dead. Okay, just take your agenda and go somewhere else. It is what it is. And then he said, now Martial initially wanted to leave. I was considering his future because he wasn't getting played. Now that's normal for a footballer who wants to make it into the national team squad and reignite his career. Now he's been frozen out because he wants to leave, and because he wants to leave, and he was frozen under Oli. So see what I mean? It makes zero sense. I agree. Anthony Martial's agent then said Anthony wishes to leave the club in January. We know about that. Fabrizio said he definitely does want to leave the club, and then his agents. Those were his agents' words on the situation. And like I said, what's the reason for Anthony Martial wanting to leave? Game time. But if you just gave him game time at United, we wouldn't have this problem. If you gave him regular game time, we wouldn't really have this problem. And at the moment, is Cavani doing any better? Is Greenwood doing better? Is fucking Rashford doing any better? We're playing Ilanga over him? It just makes no sense. Martial's highly disrespected at this football club. And I understand this video is going to annoy lots of people because I'm in the minority when it comes to Anthony Martial. Lots of people despise this player, but all of you guys who probably despise this player probably love Marcus Rashford. And how's that worked out for you, huh? That's all I'm going to say. And then he said, Martial is not injured, so he currently decided to go with this group of players that were in the squad today against Burnley, so it had nothing to do with the injuries. Now he's fully fit, smiling and training and all, yet again he doesn't make the squad ahead of players in bad form. Mind you, Martial just wants game time. Now Martial is contracted to Manchester United, legally binding, so if Martial was to flat out say not attending a match day as a part of his squad, he'd be breaking his contract and would be fined. We'd all know about that. To make things worse, from a peer review of Martial, the club cost him his move to Sevilla, potentially due to hardball negotiations, despite paying majority of his wages in the Sanchez loan deal, who's done nothing for a club compared to Martial. It's simply disrespectful. Again, that's just, the club just being run badly. It is what it is. And for a second, let's buy this Ragnick, he said BS, and say that Tony refused to join the squad. Then why would he go on to training sessions? And then he ended the thread, but then after that thread, Martial posted his Instagram story. Said, I will never refuse to play a match for Man United. I've been here for 7 years and I've never disrespected and will never disrespect the club and fans. And I do believe with Martial. I do stand with Martial, to be honest with you. I do believe that there's something deeper than just Martial not wanting to play football. Otherwise Martial wouldn't say that, really. I don't think Martial would say that, Henderson really doesn't say those things, Donny, the whole Donny situation. So Ralf has done it with certain players already. And like I said, do I blame really Martial, Pogba's? No, not really, because evidently what they're getting from the club is also none the better, and United they ruin careers. They do ruin careers. So I feel bad for Martial, I really do. Everyone knows, like I said, I'm not going to brag out about it, but Martial means a lot to me, I do like him. I don't know what it is about him, but I really do like Anthony Martial. I guess in a period where we didn't have much, Anthony Martial gave me some moments that I can't ever forget. So let's just see what happens. You're going to choose who you believe anyways, but there's two sides of the story. What I would say is never trust a word that comes out of Manchester United club. I told you guys yesterday in the reaction, you could get Messi, you could get Kimmich, you could get whatever you want at United. As long as it's under the Glazers' ownership, we will find a way to fuck it up. There is something always deeper. It's almost like it should be on one of those things, some TV show. I forgot what the show is called, but conspiracy theories. United need to go into one of those biggest conspiracy theory shows, on Discovery or whatever. But let's see what happens. If you did enjoy the video, do smash a like. Do feel to comment how you feel about this whole situation. Do subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all very soon. And like I said, I know it's a hard time at United at the moment. Lots of people, fake fans or weak fans, are jumping ship, or it is what it is. It is what it is. But like I said, I guess life moves on. Life moves on. That's all I'm gonna say. So enjoy the rest of your weekend if possible, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.